if you look at the wearable devices, these devices, these all have gone through the CE approval, which is the approval required to sell these devices in Europe. The CE approval process for these particular devices is more electronic related in nature, not medical related in nature, right? And I'll come to the medical in a bit. But these are approved by CE out of Europe for the quality of construction and for the quality of data, the accuracy of the data that it relates back to you. So from those perspectives, it has already been approved by regulatory authorities in Europe, which are typically the standards used by the entire world for quality and robustness. So we have now been selling these devices in India since 2016. We have tens of thousands of these devices out there already. And we currently are working with some of the biggest home care and senior care companies in India who are using our devices to provide value-added capabilities and features to their end customers. So we have companies like Imoha or Epoch or Tribeca, some of the largest senior care kind of companies in India who have multiple packages for their end clients, for their end customers. So they have silver, gold, platinum, all sorts of things. So if you go in for, let's say, a gold package or a platinum package, then this device comes along with the package. It is given to the customer, and the customer then can, any emergency, they can simply press the SOS button on the device. The call will now go to the Imoha Emergency Care Center. And they will then immediately respond to the person to say, Kya hua? What happened? How are you? And they will send the nurses, they will send the doctors, they will send the ambulances or anything, any other help that they may need. Because it is a complete and total safety and communications tool, right? So those are the kind of regulatory things that we have done, and the acceptance levels have been absolutely fantastic, as you can see. As far as the health monitor device is concerned, this is a medical device. So when you call it a medical device, there is a completely different set of tests that we have to pass, in order for us to be able to call it a medical device. One of them is called CE Med, which is the same CE which we mentioned earlier, except that this is for a medical device. So it is called CE Med. The typical testing process is that they will test every test done by this device against a gold standard manual device, which is the devices that typically hospitals and labs will use for measuring the vitals in their premises currently. If the tolerance level or the difference in the values from my device and the gold standard device is more than 1 to 2%, we do not get our certification. It is as simple as that. So we have been through this series of certifications and clinical trials that are really required to make sure that our readings are as good as any of the other devices that are currently being used in hospitals across the world. So once that certification is received, then you are in a position to sell it as a medical device. So we started with this, for example, 2 years ago now. Today, we have more than 100 hospitals in India that are using this device. Today, we are treating more than 2 lakh patients every month with this device. So it has more than been accepted, across rural as well as urban healthcare providers in India.